Shalom Avracha. Just a few minutes ago, I spoke to my father. He should be well. We haven't been able to see for the last month or so, and please God, we'll be able to meet up soon. And he told me, he lives in Bnei Brak, and he told me that on the occasional excursion, when he leaves the house for essential shopping, he still sees clusters of people converging in different areas of the city for tefillah b'tzivur, to daven with a minyan. And he asked one of these people, why are you davening with a minyan in violation of government regulations and of the different psakim, the different rulings that all of the rabbis have given in Eretz Yisrael? And the reason he was told was that this is a gzeira, this is a decree, she'ein hatzibur yachol la'amod ba, that the congregation, the community, is unable to comply with. It's too tough. This is the way in which we serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is how we've always done it, even in the hardest of times. How can we now refrain? How can we stop ourselves from davening with a minyan, from the closeness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we can achieve through davening with a community, with a congregation? And I told my father, the response to this argument is in this week's parasha. The Torah says about Nadav and Avihu that they brought a Ktores, they brought a service, a communal service, into the Mikdash alone. And the pasuk says, "B'karvasam lifnei Hashem v'yamusu." True, their action was an action of drawing close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They wanted to be near, they wanted to feel the elevation. But it was wrong, and the result was tragedy. Because what they took was a service that's limited, a service that related specifically to the public, to the community. And they wanted to utilize it as a personal service, for personal elevation. That is illegitimate. Even if the intention is pure, to draw close, to become near, to become elevated. But it's wrong, and the outcome is tragic. This was said by the Chazon Ish in a very halachic sense, in a distinction between private matters and public matters of pikuach nefesh. When something is a private matter, then my subjective understanding, my subjective sentiment is actually relevant. If I fear for my life, then I can violate Shabbos, it's pikuach nefesh. Somebody else in the same circumstances who doesn't fear for his life, he's more of a Baal B'tochen, he has trust in God, so for him it's not pikuach nefesh, and he can't violate Shabbos. But for a public purpose, for something which is related to the public, the case of the Chazon Ish was potential air raids in World War II, and the question of turning off lights on Friday night, on Shabbos, to avoid the enemy pilots being able to locate the cities. So then the Chazon Ish said, there's no room for private decisions, for subjective sentiments. Doesn't matter, even if a person is a great Baal B'tochen, he has pure trust in God, he can't take matters into his own hands. This is something public, it's not something private. The same thing applies now. We are in the middle of a public calamity, of a public disaster, of a crisis which isn't private. It encompasses the entire community, the entire country, and even large parts of the entire globe. This is not a time for individuals to take things into their own hands, even if it's for the pure intention of drawing close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. On that the pasuk says, "B'karvasam lifnei Hashem v'yamusu," that Nadav and Avihu wanted to draw close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but the result was tragedy. And if the government regulations, the health ministry, as well as all the Rabbanim are telling us to stay at home, then our closeness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu now depends on our davening from the home, to find the closeness there, in the calm of the home, in the serenity of a home environment where we can connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a different way than usually. Usually we connect through the tzibur, through the community. In this case, it must be from the home, and we are being implored upon by HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. Stay at home, don't leave unless it's absolutely essential. Only thus can we stop this magefa, can we stop the spread, the continual spread of this plague. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from us, and that way the tragedy can be lessened as much as possible. And halavai, that just like in the month of Nisan, we were zeicha, we merited to come out of Mitzrayim to the great redemption of the home. We were all in homes, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu called us out of the homes to be redeemed as a nation. So today we should stay at home, make sure we don't leave the home, and from there we'll be zeicha, we'll merit a redemption, a mir to Hashem, just like in those days so today.